from the data set, and then let's then try to make it more meaningful charts. Okay, so that's that, and then we'll move to another data set. Let me mail you that data set as till then. If someone has any doubts, they can ask. Guys, I have mailed you the second data set. Please download that Excel file and keep it with you till the time we start. Okay. And if someone haven't received it, let me know. Okay. Great. Okay. So I see people have made this, but I haven't seen anyone making this kind of a chart. So just wanted to know, did you face any problem finding this chart, or what? Because I see people have made this chart, pie chart, this chart, but haven't made this kind of a chart. Yeah, that's a radar chart. I will try to explain what these chart mean. Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah, Preeti, you have made it. One other person have also made it. I don't know. Uh, Only two people have made it. So just wanted to ask. Yeah. Okay. So let me also explain you what a radar chart means. Basically, a radar chart is basically to understand that what it is basically a form of pie chart only. But in pie chart you show as percentages, but in radar chart you show the numbers. And in this, depending upon the data points that you have, for example, here there are states. So depending upon these states, you have a couple of circles, or you can call a couple of octagons or polygons, in which each polygon refers to a particular value. So for example, minimum is 0 to maximum is 40. So each circle will have 10 points difference. So this is a very good form of chart where you actually want to show that how it is being changing with respect to states. What is the difference between each of the um, your data points? So that's a very important kind of a chart that you can show. Okay. Okay, guys. So any doubts that you have, or any doubts you um, were faced during charts and all? Do you have any doubts that when to use which chart as well? Okay. So just wanted to share one thing that the couple of people have made bar charts. So there are two, three forms of bar chart. One that you see here is a percentage bar chart, wherein the percentage of the color shows that how much percentage a particular thing is there. For example, if you see this, so if you minus 50% to 100%, it would, and it's the gray area. So it means that 50% of store 1043 cost is going to salaries. So this is a kind of percentage chart. Okay. There is also one chart in bar graph only where you see the numbers, which is very similar to a line chart, but it's only with respect to a bar chart. Mm. Yeah, guys, be please feel free to unmute yourself and ask your doubts if you have any. Yeah, okay. Okay, guys, one more thing I wanted to ask that did you get an insight when to use this particular chart and what this chart is called? Yeah, donut chart. Oh, and what other name does it have? It's also called a ring chart because you see rings. Okay. And what do you think when we will be using such charts? Okay. Manak, Preeti, so basically what you have told me, the correct portion of the data or the percentage, I can show that with pie chart as well. The other chart, like the right hand side chart as well. I can show by this as well. Why I am using this particular chart here. Yes, Abhirud is right. We can show two or multiple fields in which the data labels for which we are showing it are same, but the field that we are representing are different. For example, here the data labels, which is admin, audit, director, finance. These are the type of designations that people have. Okay. And the inside circle tells us the count, and the outside circle tells us the salaries. Okay. So this is basically useful to understand that directly. So for example, if you see 14 and 13%, these two numbers. So it helps you understand that yeah, there are 14% of the people in admin department, and their salary is 13% of the total. So it makes sense. But for example, if this number came out to be 4% and this number came out to be, let's suppose, 60%, okay, so you will think that only 4% of the people are there from a particular department and they are catering to 60% of the total salary. Okay, so it actually help us compare two particular fields. So we use this kind of a chart, and I have not used pie chart because here I can directly compare count with salaries. That's one. The other thing is the count and salaries are divided into same designations. Okay, so if I have the same designation, I can count both of them very easily. I can see them very easily. I can see the difference. What is there? I can right now see that the salaries that are being divided are in good proportion, as in the salaries are equivalent to the count of the people. But in other case, if any value comes to be very low in count and the salary is coming to be low, you can say that yeah, those are the people which are taking the high, very high salary. Karthik, you would have got an option to put two ring charts there. Let me see if I can show you. So this is my table, pivot table. Go to insert, go to here, and you will find donut chart. So just click here. So since you have two columns, it will have two. Instead of which, if you have three columns, for example, here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. So if you put here, you will get 6 columns. Okay, great. Okay. So now you can see these filters. Anyone know that what these filters are? These called, and what is their importance? Guys, respond. Exactly. So here in dashboard we have this. Okay. For putting a condition, what we have for a table. Yeah. So for example, so basically, if I want to see that in geography, I want to see north, and then I want to see for a particular store, let's suppose store 1043. Okay. Then I want to see that what are the store area, sales, cost, rent, and all. Okay. So I'm using filters here. So basically in dashboard also you can do this. These are basically called filters, but for pivot table these are called slicers. Slicers as in they will slice out your data to make it a more meaningful information of the portion that you have sliced. So for example, if I want to know about east region, so I'll click on east and this will show me data of the east region. So if I click on north, it will show me the north region. So if you see, in East there were only no state, but in North there are three states. And since these are three states, the polygon has been changed to triangle rather than from maybe from octagon. Okay. So let's open your Excel files that you have created, and let's try to make some slicers. Okay. Let me know when you have opened your um, files. Not the file that I have mailed you, the files that you have made in the previous week. Okay, great. Guys, open it and let me know. Okay, great. Okay, then let's go to any of your pivots. Okay, and just a second. Okay. So for example, if you have this kind of a pivot where you have shown east, north, south, and west, okay, for a store dashboard, just just click inside this pivot table, and you will see a tab called Analyze here. In Analyze, go to Insert Slicer, and it will ask you what you need to insert, and then click on Regions, and you will get the regions. Guys, were you able to put? Okay. Just a second. I think I've shared. Yeah, if you have made this kind of a pivot table, just click on it. You will see this Analyze tab. Click on Analyze tab and uh, add Insert Slicer. Done, guys. Nidhi, click on the pivot table and then go to analyze, then insert slicer. Okay. Then try to click on any of this option and you will see that your data in this pivot table get filtered. Okay. So if you have multiple charts that caters to this particular table, they all will get filtered. So for example, I have this chart and basically this chart, these two charts are getting filtered. So Karthik, Abhirud, which version are you using? Here in the previous class, I also asked you to download uh, the latest version. Yeah, you should get this. Karthik, in 2007, we don't have pivot versions as well. These functionalities. Yes, please use 2012 and above versions. Okay. I told you this in the previous class as well that we should have 2012 and above versions. Okay. Let me check if we have in 2010 version. Abhirut, Karthik, can you go to the options tab if you guys are seeing options tab and in sort and filter, you would be able to see it. Karthik, you got it? If you're not able to get it, click on insert and here filter and then the slicers. Raina, you are on Mac. Let me see. You might be seeing some pivot table analyze option. Uh, those who have got it, try to make some other slicers as well. For example, for store, for months, try to make those slicers. Okay, guys, tried using some other slicers as well. So, for example, if I click on this store table and go to here and then add to maybe store name, I would get a slicer of store name. And when I filter store name, I will get this. If you want to particularly see a store changing values, so you can. Yes, you can. Right now, I'm just showing how the functionality of the slicer will work with pivot table so that you can easily understand how it is changing the data in the dashboard. So when you click on any button in slicer, it actually transforms or filters the pivot table. And since your chart is made up of pivot table, your chart gets modified. So it's not directly a slicer linked to a chart, because many people think that their slicer is linked to a chart and they can delete the pivot table because their chart is being created. It's not like that. Your pivot table is the central point, and your chart and your filter option like this slicer are the input points. So as soon as you put any slicer, add any slicer, and click a button on that particular slicer, you would be able to change the pivot table, the whatever you have calculated in pivot table, and then according to that, your chart will also get transformed. Uh, Raina, yeah, MS Excel app won't have all the features. An application won't have all the features as a software. Great. Great. Okay, guys, just try to implement these slicers And then let me show how you design these slices. So right now you see some white spaces below. You can actually do this, resize them. Okay. Other thing is right click on them and then go to size and properties, where you can change the height, where you can change the width, where you can also change the position and layout. And the most interesting thing is you can change the columns. So for example, I can change this. So if I want to have it in two columns, I can have it like this. If I want to have stores in multiple columns, so for example, like this, so I can make it like this. Okay. And then just copy paste it into your dashboard. And always remember, put your slicer above and charts below. Okay. And here also you can change the positioning by going to this and then changing it to maybe one and then doing it. And then when you click, it will change the data. And when you will click this, it will also change. Guys, try to make these slicers. Yeah. And let's do one thing. Okay. Right click on it. Just a second. Right click, size and properties. Click on this. Then go to position and layout. Then number of columns. Change this, increase it, decrease it, whatever you have to do. Change the button height, decrease it, button width, whatever you can do, you can. Okay. There's couple of points that I have noticed in your dashboard. The orientation part. Very few people have given importance to orientation. Okay. It's very important to see that all your charts are well oriented. Means the chart should not be like this. The one is like this, the other is like this, the filter is like this is like this. It should not be like this. It looks very clumsy and it doesn't look very good when you are presenting it to someone, be it any client, be it any workshop or anywhere. Okay, being in college. So it's very important to make it more presentable. So learn to make it more presentable. Okay, the gaps, for example, the gap between these two should be same as the gap between these two as well. Okay. It should be like this, much more like. So try to make it more uh, elegant in the terms that it should be well aligned to each other. All the columns, everything should be well aligned. Okay. Let me know when you have completed this, and then let's go to redesigning the slicers and some facts about um, charts.
Hello, Sajal. It's me, Abhivrud. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, Birut, say.
Yeah, I just have one doubt regarding the slicer. There's one option in the while creating pivot table, right? There's something called report filter, and report filter is the same as slicer, right? You can just add it to the chart like that only.
Where
It's
you
it,
are saying,
like when we
just a where it is.
not in that option when you click on any like when you create a new pivot table in the right side you get a to drag the whatever fields you want in that space
Okay, okay, just a
field
second. You are talking, yeah, just you are talking about this.
yeah
Just,
there's something called report filter, right?
yeah.
So that is also the same, it does the same function as the slicer, right?
So basically, you are saying like this, right? This kind of
Yeah,
filter.
yeah
So
like
basically, yeah, this kind of does the same thing, but it only is used to filter out this pivot table. Okay, so you can't actually copy paste and put it in dashboard. There are ways to put it in dashboard, but just think, you would like this or you would like this.
yeah, but here even if you put it to report filter, you will get it like that, but you will get a drop down option where you can filter like in the store. In you can just put, I have in my dashboard I have put it for a month, so you can it gives you a
Yeah,
drop down
yes,
like a
exactly.
normal
It would,
filter. So
yeah, it would give you a drop down like a normal filter too.
yeah, like
Right.
it looks very clean. Than like I know this is a different representation, but still, if you want to minimize your like chart and make it simple, even this is a possible option, right?
Yes, it's even possible, and there are other options as well for the drop down that you can explore. Okay, many people prefer that as well. Many people prefer this as well. It depends upon how you are doing it. Okay, for for things like which have only 4 6 options, people prefer slicers, and it is a good practice. For representing of the months, we use drop
Yeah,
downs only.
true. Because regions are very less and months are very like the options are very more. So that's why it will be
Yes.
better. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Sachin.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that is done. Right. Okay. Sometimes what we do is we forget that what pivot tables or what charts are actually being transformed using this. So if you right click on this and see report connections, okay, you will see how many pivot tables are being getting changed. Okay. So you can actually choose which pivot table you want to get filter based on this. Okay. So if I click on this, I can see that there are one only, but if I click, let's suppose these two, and then maybe do this. So my every dashboard gets this. So previously, if you have seen, my this dashboard was not getting updated, but now it would get updated for east, and this is for north, this is for south, this is for west. Okay. And the best part is with filters, you can do multiple filters. So I selected east and then the store. So I can get there is nothing. Okay. Like this. Okay. So this is how you actually implement your slicer and report by using report connections. You actually understand that how you, yeah, sure. Click on this slicer, go to report connections, then check which pivot tables you want to select and then press OK. Great. So this is how basically you can change, make the filters. That's one. Okay. How you can design, basically change the columns, rows in a filter. Okay. And this is how you can report connections, basically add a particular slicer with multiple tables. Okay. Why this is so that you have to add it with multiple tables? The reason is that you made this slicer based on this particular table. So Excel understand that you are basically using the slicer for this table only. But you might need, your objective might be that as soon as I click on east button, all the dashboard, all the charts that I am seeing should get filtered based on the east region. Okay. So that's why you have to actually report connections and click the tables that you want to change. Okay. Got it, guys? Then, guys, one more thing. In if you click on this, you will see some slicer styles. You can actually click on these and then give them the color and the design that you want. Okay. And if you are not impressed by these styles that the Excel provides, you can actually go to a new slicer style And let's suppose you want to click whole slicer, click on format, and then you will be asked that which format for the text you want to use. Then you can choose the border, you can choose border color, and then you can also choose the color to fill. Let's suppose I choose this, and I will get the option like this. If I select this, my data will my design of the slicer will change like this. Yeah, Kritika, you can unmute yourself and then ask the doubt. Have you removed the table, pivot table? Can you share your screen, or did you follow the same procedure as we did? Try clicking on report connection, then see if there are tables that are clicked, okay, and see are those tables. Yes, Preeti, you can actually make the slicer in the table. So I told you that why I made it here, to actually show you that by slicer, we are not changing the graph directly. Okay. Please, guys, understand this carefully. And this is a very frequently asked question in job interviews when you are giving it, whenever an XLS topic is talked about. People believe that when you are clicking an option in the slicer, the values in the charts are getting updated and there is no effect in the pivot table, which is not true. The purpose I asked you to make it in pivot table first and then copy paste it to the dashboard is basically to make you understand that by using slicer, the data is getting filtered in the pivot table. And since the chart is being made up of pivot table, that's why the chart is getting updated. Okay. So chart and the slicer has no relation. Okay. It's the relation because of the pivot table. Okay. So you actually filter the pivot table, and since chart is made up of filtered pivot table, your chart gets updated. And yeah, true, you can easily make it on dashboard. Let me make it. Okay. I'm deleting it, and just a second. Yes, obviously that would be very easy. That's true. But we don't have to follow the easy stuff. We have to understand what is there. Okay. If it would have been an easy stuff, I would have told you that you need to press this button and you can create these charts very easily. Okay. Let me also tell you in a very easy way. Okay. So if you click on any table, okay, and go to insert, you will have recommended pivot table option and recommended charts. So Excel as actually will help you make all the charts. Okay. You don't have to do much of the things as well. So, but I didn't tell you this because you have to learn first that how it is working. Let me show you. Okay, you can go here and then go to insert, and you have recommended pivot tables and recommended charts. So Excel will actually recommend you what charts and what pivot tables you can use. Okay, yeah. Um, just a second. Okay, okay. So to add the slicer on, I'm just explaining again how will you add the slicers. Okay, just click on this. Okay, then go to analyze, then insert slicer. A slicer will come like this. Okay, and what you just need to do is you just copy paste Control C and then place it here. Control V. Okay, and then you can actually click and see. Okay, if I click this, south will. To see the report connections, click on report connections. See which tables you are getting filtered because of this slicer. Okay. Another way to put slicer that everyone is telling, you click on this particular chart, go to analyze, click on insert slicer, and then just click on slicer, and again you will get the slicer. Okay, guys, let me know when you completed this. Great. Okay. Okay. So let's just talk something about how you can make it more meaningful. Okay. Okay. So any doubts till now, guys? Let's uh, let's try to understand all the things and then clear the doubts. So any doubts that you have, because then I'll move into some functions that you have to use in Excel. Guys, any doubt? Okay. 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 So let me tell you how you will present this particular chart to someone. Okay. So first things, see the alignment of every chart should be the same. Okay. The gaps between two charts, the slicers, everything should be well aligned. Okay. This make the chart more presentable to anyone. Okay. That's one. Always have the charts at top. Okay. The second thing I wanted to tell you guys is that I see many people were facing issues in actually eliminating this store name, sum of rent, and all. So basically, you can click on this and then right click on this and then hide all field buttons on chart. So when you hide, it will hide it. Okay. If you want to hide it, just right click on this and then you can hide all fields on buttons. So why? So just understand that from to whoever you are showing the dashboard should be presentable. It should not have an extra information. I have seen many people have written headlines as well, titles of the chart. That's very good because at a beginner position, you should write the titles. But when you work in a corporate environment, you should not add too many titles. The chart should be self explanatory in the form that people should just see the chart and get an idea that what that chart is representing. I am not saying that the title that you have put is wrong. It's good to have titles, but it should represent in such a way that you can just read and tell what it shows. Okay. For example, you can read and say that this is the contribution of the salaries. You can see and tell this is the department wise count and this is the department wise salary. From this, you can say that this bar graph represents what are the costs that are associated with this particular store. So you have to actually, whenever you make some charts, the best way is make the charts, make the dashboard, show it to someone who is uh, not related to that chart or who does not understand well the chart. Maybe your parents, maybe your uh, brother, sister, cousin, and ask them if they can interpret the information from the chart and ask them what their feedback is. And then you will learn how to make better and better charts and dashboards. Guys, any doubts? Okay, great. Then, okay. So let's come to your stores table. And what I want is copy paste these all values of this column, which is the store name, into, into a new Excel, into a new worksheet and paste it and give it a name as store names. Okay. So basically, right now I will tell you two functionalities: how to remove duplicates and what is VLOOKUP. And then we'll talk about if condition. Okay. So these three functionalities are very important in the terms that these three things you will use almost every time when you are dealing with uh, Excel files. Guys, copy pasted the values. Okay. Then click on this entire column by clicking on the column and then go to data tab. When you go to in data tab, you will see this option called remove duplicates. Click on it. It will ask you to select which of the column. Select column A and then click OK. It will tell you that you have removed 220 duplicate values and 21 unique values are remaining. And these are the 20 sets of stores that you have. So from this sheet, if you want to know that how many stores, unique stores that you have, you can just copy paste it, put it in a new sheet, and then go to data and then remove duplicates. You will now know that what are the stores, unique stores that you have. Guys, try out. Okay. Go to stores table, copy paste the column A by Control C, paste it here for by values. Okay. Then click on this entire column, go to data, and then go to remove duplicates, and then press OK. Okay. This is how you can get the unique set of values. Okay. Now let's use VLOOKUP. Okay. If you press, so what's basically a VLOOKUP is, let me tell you what basically this function means. So basically, if you want to know that what is the region of store 2671, how will you do it? What you will go do is, if you want to find it from this, you will go to here, you will filter out store 2671 and then see what its region is, what its state is, and what is a city is. Okay. Then let's suppose you want to find it for another store. You will again filter that particular store and then find it out, which is a very cumbersome task. Okay. So to make it easy for you, what you can use, it's you can use the function called VLOOKUP. Okay, basically this function, what it do is it will look these set of values. Okay, let me, this will use these set of values, see these values in this set of table, and then actually give you the region which is matching to this particular value. So for example, and it has four values. Okay, so if you just click on this VLOOKUP, it says a lookup value, then a table array, column index number. So a lookup value is basically this, what you have to find out. Okay, the table array is basically the table that you want to find it out in. Okay, I want to find it out in this. Okay, then I will give the number of the column for which I want the value. Okay, which start from here. This is the first column and this is the second column. So since I want a region, I'll put 2. Okay, and then it asks that you want an approximate match or an exact match. True, for true you have 1 and for false you have 0. So since I want exact match, I'll put 0. And when I click enter, it will tell me that yeah, it's the north region. Guys, I will repeat, but don't worry, I'll repeat. But let's just see what I have done. Okay. So VLOOKUP is basically what it has done. What this function has basically done is it has looked up a value of A2, which is 22671, in the table which has two columns, in the stored tables which has two columns. First is the region and the store name. Okay. And what it has done is it has matched that A2 store 261 with the region. Okay, and given us that what region it is. Okay, so this is basically it has done. Again, if you want to see A2, then add this, then press 2 and 0. Why I have added 2? Because this is the first column and this is the second column in the table array that I have chosen. Okay, if I give it 3, it will give an error because I have only selected two columns. Try it out, guys. Sure. So let me make it very easy for you. Okay. Okay. Guys, can you in the chat box write the states and your name? Okay. The states where you are and your name. Okay. Okay. Let's suppose this is name, this is state, this is, let's suppose, population. Okay. Now I want to know, if I want to know this, can everyone see it? How will you actually find it out, this the answer to this particular question? One way is basically what you will do, you will put out filters here. Okay, you will filter down Nidhi name here, and then tell that it's 5677. Okay, that's one way. What's the other way can be is, you can use VLOOKUP. Okay, you go to a value, you want to find it for Nidhi, you actually VLOOKUP this number, that's the lookup value. Table array is this particular table. Okay, see, L2 to K12. L2 is particularly this first column and the last column. First cell and the last cell. Okay, and then you will go to say that population is in third column from the first, that is 1, 2, 3. You will say 3 and then comma, then 0, and then present. So you will get 5677. Okay. So basically, VLOOKUP is actually making it easy for you to see or to get the answers which you can get from filter as well. But by using filter, you will face difficulty because there can be a hell lot of data. Right now, there are 10, 15 names, but it can be like maybe in 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 lakhs. Okay, it's very difficult to find it out. Okay, so you use VLOOKUP. Okay, in which first value, which you see as M3, is basically the lookup value that you have to see. Then the column, then the table array, which is the whole table that you want to input. Okay, in which you have to find out that where the name is. Okay, then the column number. Okay, the column number is the value of the column which you need. Okay, if I need state, then what I would put it instead of 3? Guys, am I audible? No. Yeah, Pavan, I am coming to that particular point. If you have seen, here I have put the whole table because the population was the last column. Okay, so let me just come to that particular point which deals in efficiency. Okay, yeah, okay, okay. So very good point raised by Pavan is that should we add all the columns or not? Okay, we should not. Okay, right now if you see here, I have added store name and regions. Why? Because I want regions only. Okay, why this is important is because if you put the whole table, store 2671 will be searched in whole table. Okay, so let's suppose if you have 10 columns, store 2671 will be searched in all the 10 columns, which is actually wasting your time. No issues. Here array is in different sheet altogether. In store table, the array is in different sheet, right, Abhirud? Yeah. So you don't have to worry by that it's in different sheet, or even if in different Excel as well, there won't be an issue. Okay. So basically, VLOOKUP will basically see this particular value in these columns. Okay. And then it will match this particular value from these two columns and give the corresponding value from the column 2. Okay. So basically, right now, what this mechanism, this function has actually done is it has searched this value, M3 value, in this whole table. It found the value in this particular cell. And since we have given the number 3, it has just given the number which is present in this particular row and the third column. That's it. Okay. Why we should restrict it to only the columns till we want to find the information is so that we do not we save our time that Excel waste in seeing a particular value in the table. Okay, for example, if I give this whole table, it would be useless because I just want to get the reasons. Okay, if I want to get the rent, I should give till here. If I want to get consumables, I should get put the table here. Okay. Yeah. Coming to that as well. So that's why you only restrict to the columns that you want to have. Okay. That's one. Okay. Then this is the column name. And then you see a range lookup, which means you want an approximate match or a false match. Okay. So if I put 0, it says exact match. Okay. So let me here put, okay. Right now it has shown that here is no value. But if I show this, I still get a value. Okay. That's the difference between an approximate match and an exact match. So if I put 0, it will actually search the occurrence of this 4 letter words here. Okay. Since it is not able to find this particular 4 set of words, it will give NA. Okay. If I put 1 instead, it will search any pattern which has these 4 words. Okay. And then give the value. Because Ganesh, you haven't selected the first item. What are you searching? Sheet which gives me the complete column as a result. Complete column as a result means what you got? Ganesh, can you tell what you got? Complete column as a result means? Hello, 20 corresponding regions? I am not I'm not getting Ganesh what 20 corresponding regions you mean. We have only one region that is mapped to 2671 store. Guys, what about others? Are you able to see VLOOKUP? Yes, your mapping is correct, Ganesh, but I am not sure what error do you are you getting. Okay, so an easy way. Okay, now just click Control C in this particular column B2. Go to the last cell by clicking Control down arrow. Then come to this. Then press Control Shift up arrow to do this, and then press Control V. Now what will happen is it will give you regions for all the stores, which is really quick. Okay. It will give an error, Pavan, because there is already a name called Karthik without H. I think you must be getting that particular error, right? So what he's saying is if I have Karthik and let's suppose I have Chhattisgarh in this, and instead of this, let me search, we look up this value in this particular way, and then I press 3 and then I press 1 and I put this, it will give me this value or this value or this value. Okay. So it's actually giving you a wrong value because it's not able to identify this particular pattern. Okay. So that's why it's giving you a like a value corresponding to here. Why? Because it sees this pattern here coming first. So that's why it's giving you this value, which is not correct. Okay. So that's why you always, whenever you use VLOOKUP, we always use 0. Okay. And if we use that particular value, we only use when we have names like this, in which only first letter is missing or the end letter is missing or like that. So whenever you use, please remember that you use 0. Okay. Okay. Guys, let's do fast because we have many topics. Okay. So are you able to get these all regions? And can someone tell now if I want to remove the formula, what should I do? I do Control C and then Control Alt V. Okay. And all the formulas are removed. Okay. Now you will try to get states here. Use VLOOKUP formula to get the states. Guys, please respond. Okay, cool. Try out. So you will write a VLOOKUP, the value that is store to 671, and then you will go to the stores table, have three columns. Previously you had two columns, now have three columns, then comma three, and then put zero. Plash, what error are you getting? uh, NA you would have been getting because of some reason. Can you tell me that what have you put it? Like what is the thing that you have put it? Guys, I'm repeating it for like six time. Okay, just see equal to VLOOKUP. Okay, you sir have to search this particular value. Okay, so you will have to use this value, then add comma. Okay, then go to the stores sheet. Since you have to find out the state, okay, you will go to store name, region, state. Okay, go to the bottom. Okay, then add comma, then add 3. Why? Because you are searching it in the third column. That's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then put 0, and you will get NCR. Okay, just copy paste this, go down, go here, control shift up, and then control V. You will get regions, states for every store. Okay, now to remove these formulas, just press Control C again and then press Control Alt V to convert them to values. Guys, done? So basically, why I am telling you these things, because these things maybe you want, you have to use in the next data set that I have given you. I am not trying these things with that data set so that you can actually brainstorm on that data set to use these conditions like VLOOKUP, remove duplicates, and if conditions and all. Guys, please respond. Have you tried it? Any errors? Great. Manak, Abhirod, Ganesh, Karthik, Raina, where are you guys? Please restart it, Raina. Okay. Those who have completed, try to get city as well. Great. Manak, Preeti, Hetal, Nidhi, try to get the city as well. Yes, for the fourth column, city. Great. Okay. Now let's move to the problem where we get such problems. So if your manager, or if you want to see that what is the stores, how many stores, or what is the stores which are having area greater than 500, you have two ways. Okay, one way is actually sitting and using number filters here. Click on number filters and then click on greater than, and then add 5000 here, and you will get all the stores which are having area greater than 5000. Okay, the other way, okay, is basically using if conditions. Okay, so basically if is a condition. So whenever you say in English that if something is true, do this, else if false, do this. Okay, so basically if I want to categorize a store area, okay, I'll say if store area greater than 5000, then it is a large store, else it is a small store. I can categorize them as this. See, so basically if you see like this, I have categorized these stores into sizes. Okay, so if I filter on the large store, I will get the large store. So guys, try this. So this is very important in terms of charts as well. Right now, the charts that you have shown is basically store wise. For example, if somehow you want to show that what are the sales, cost, rent, personal cost of a group. Okay, so you can make these group by using if condition. For example, you can make two groups having a small store and a large store, and take a criteria as 5000. Okay, and then you can actually say that this is a store which is a small store, and this is a store which is large store. And now you can make a graph which says contributions of these sales, costs, rent, personal costs, utilities, based on small and large store. Okay, so in if condition, whenever you write a text, you write a text based on these codes, okay, inside these codes. So what this expression actually means, evaluate this expression, okay. Just see whatever, if the store value is greater than 5000, then put large store, else put small store. So it's an English way in. Yep, Preeti, that's why I actually repeat two, three times. Okay, I will again explain it. Okay, um, so what you need to do is click on equal to, then if, then put this column. Okay, add this value. Okay, then add greater than 5000. This is the condition. Okay, then in quotes, you should add large store, comma, small store. Okay. So you will basically, what you will do is put equal to, and then if. F would be in capitals. Then select the cell F3. Okay, because in F column you have Ganesh at is coming because it's a table. I don't think you have made a table. You are using it normally. You have not converted into a table. Then you would have automatically getting at. I haven't added at on my own. See, sorry guys, I was disconnected. Okay, let me again share my screen. Guys, can you see my screen? Great. Okay. So let me again explain the if clause. Okay. So if is basically a condition where you want to see that something you want to categorize, okay, into smaller groups. Okay. So that's where you use if condition. So if I want to categorize stores based on their area into a large store or a small store, I would say in English that if my store area is greater than 5,000, it is a large store, else it is a small store. That's exactly what I am writing it here. Okay. If this store area is greater than 5,000, then large store, else small store. And whenever you write a text, you should put it in quotes. If you don't want to put a text, if you want to put a number, you can put without quotes. Great. Uh, Ganesh, just see it here. Okay, equal to if, then press tab, you will get if, then click here, you will get this, then greater than sign, 5,000, comma, large store, comma, small store. Okay. So guys, try to categorize stores by rent, and if the rent is more than 60,000, high rent, and if low, then you should write as low rent. Yes, please write your function. Yes, it has to come in the if function. Guys, this is the cell. Okay, this is the cell. See, when I highlight this 3,000 gets highlighted. Can you see? So this is the cell. Okay, this is the condition, and this is the statement for true, and this is the statement for false. Okay, so let me do it here. Rent. Write your functions in the comment box. Great. Others, please write it in comment box. Great. Okay. So guys, you got that how you can use if condition, right? Okay. Great. So that is all for this, and then let's come to the other data, that is the COVID data. Mhm. Okay. So I'll share you the updated file after the class. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Great. So now you have seen, maybe you have seen all the graphs and all the COVID, the related to COVID uh, on news and all. So now you guys would be actually making those graphs. Okay. So that's exactly that you would be doing. Okay. I'll share you the updated files. Okay, but a few things. Okay, so this is a date. Okay, someone actually asked me this as well on the group, that right now this is a date, and how we can represent this date in a date format. So whenever you get date or any other format, you should actually see the format of this particular column. What you can do is you can go to home and then see this general box. Okay. Since it's a number format, the date has been converted into a number. Okay. To get a real date, you should click on short date, and you will get now the date. Okay. So right now, to showcase you, I have actually made all the columns. Okay. But the updated versions which I would be sending you would be not like this. Okay. You actually have to do a couple of things. Okay. Right now, I have extracted date, month, and year from this date. Okay. Let's understand how I have done that. Okay. So there is a one function called year. Just put equal to year, okay, and then add this particular date there, and then close the bracket. You will get the year. So to get this particular value is very important, because sometimes you just want to analyze not on a day and month basis, you want to analyze based on year basis. So right now the COVID is in 2020 only, but let's suppose if you want to analyze any other disease or any other data which is there for like many years. Okay, so you have to actually extract the year parameter from the date. Okay, so you use equal to year. Again, I am showing it. Just press equal to and then year. Don't use year fraction, use year. Okay, and just select the date and then put this. Okay, guys, you got it. Anyone can think what could be the function to do month. Don't try, just think what could be. Yes, exactly. So Excel uses similar functions the way you speak. Okay, so for month you can do equal to month, and then again add this date, and you will get month. Okay. Now for day, you can go to day and then put this, and you will get the day. If you want to go for week as well, you can. Okay. So this is how I have populated these three columns in the Excel that I have sent to you. So two things to remember: whenever you see a column which has date, it will always come as general. Okay. So you have to actually convert it into a short date and try to extract year, month, and day from it. Got it, guys? Great. So, so you have heard that there are regions called green region, red region, orange regions, right? And what is the parameter for that? Exactly. Do you see any column in here in this Excel where such that you can do three region categorization here as well? Any similar column, column name, not the column name. What's the column number? It's E, column E, right? Yeah. So, so what we can do is we can categorize, okay? And since we have to categorize this, what we will use, what we have learned today that we can use to categorize. Exactly. Exactly. That's great. Great. Okay. So let's make some range. Okay. Let's have below 300. Let's call this as green. Then 300 to maybe 600. Let's call this as orange. And above 600, let's call it as red. Okay. So let's do it. Okay. So right now there are three. Okay. So you can't actually make use of use only if. Okay. Why we can't use only if? Because right now what we have studied that using if we can only do put two values, right? Hello, guys, am I audible? Okay, great. So let's first try that to take a central value called 500. Okay, and regions which are above 500 tell us red, and below that tell us green. Okay, so what I will use if basis is greater than 500, then put it as red, else put it as green. See, guys, can you do it? Okay. Okay. Add a filter like this. If the deaths are more than 15, that particular region should be alert, else it's say it's normal. What do you mean by this data set, Pavan? Can you unmute yourself and tell?
I haven't received the mail, sir.
Okay. Let me mail you after this. Okay. Preeti, shortcut key, which shortcut key you are talking about? Can you unmute yourself and tell which shortcut key you are talking about? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So basically, whenever you use VLOOKUP, if, or anything, just press Control C, okay, on this particular cell. It will copy the formula, okay. Then go to an adjacent column, press Control down to get to the bottom, then get to the other column, then press Control Shift up arrow to get here, and then Control V. It will copy paste the formula in every row. Okay. And then to remove the formula, to get rid of the formula, press Control C again, and then press Control Alt V, and then press on values. So you will get the values. This I have told in first class as well, that Control down, Control Shift up, and all. Guys, please make notes of these shortcuts, because the more you use these shortcut, the more you will be able to get a hold of the Excel. Okay, let's do on more 15 deaths. Okay, if that's greater than 15, alert. No, no. Okay. Now, guys, tell me every step. Okay. Now I'll name people how to do it. Okay. Hetal, now I have to copy paste all the formulas to the to every row. So what first step should I do? Okay, great. Control C. Okay. Um, Abhirud, are you there? Next step, what should I do to go down to the last? Abhirud, are you there? Not Control Shift. You should use Control down. Okay. What does Shift do? Shift select. Okay. Control doesn't select. Okay. Whenever you use Shift, it will select. Okay. Okay. So right now I have done this, and then Control down. I am here. Then I go here. Preeti, now what I have to do? No, I have to go to top. I am here. I am currently here. I have to go to top. What should I do? Exactly. And now what should I do? Manak, what now? What should I do? What should be my next step? Right, Control V, right? And Raina, to get rid of the formulas, what value, what should I do? Control Alt V. Okay, just select all these, press Control C and then Control Alt V and then click on values. Okay, it will change to value. Guys, you get it now? Okay, so let's see how I populated this continent region. Okay, you in the Excel that I would be sending you, you can see a country mapping and a continent mapping. Okay, if I want to add continent for this particular country, which function we learned today, which we can do it, which we can use? Great, 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 great. Okay, so use it and add it and paste the formula in the comment section. Yes, I haven't sent it. Okay, 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 okay. Let me send you after that, and then just tell me what should I use, right? The formula. You can tell the formula at least, right? Just add G2, okay? Then go to this mapping file, select this, okay? And a very important thing to remember now, press F4, okay? Can you see these dollar? Can you see these dollars? So these dollars basically means that the column and the row are fixed. Okay. Basically, what it means is when I have this dollar in front of A as well, in front of 2 as well, B as well, and 211 as well, it means that my table is fixed. Okay. This entire table is fixed. Okay. If I don't use it, okay, right now if I say, show it to you like this, okay, what you will see that in every cell, only this value is changing. This is not changing. Okay. If I don't use the dollar sign, what will happen? You see, here these values will also change. See, here it was A2 B211. Here it would A3 B212, A4 these. Everything will be changed here, which means that they are slicing your table. Okay, what it means is for first Afghanistan they are using whole table. For second they are using from Albania to here. Okay, then from Algeria to basically 213 and so on, which you don't want. Okay, so you have to actually put dollar sign. So there are two ways. Either you can press F4 or you can use it like this. Okay. And let me also, guys, got it? Hello? Guys, you got the difference? Please say yes or no. And I am mailing you this as well. Okay. Guys, you must have received it. I have just mailed you. Okay, great. Okay, so like that as well, you will have this population mapping as well. Okay, which you can use. Okay, to map. Okay, so you can use the map population mapping file as well. Okay, to get the insights. Okay, now add the population here, day, month, and year. Okay, regard them as cases red and green, and deaths as alert and normal. Okay, and then you have to make a dashboard with using this. Okay, Any doubts, guys? Yeah, sure. Okay. So let me tell you. Okay. Okay. This would be the kind of file that you would have received. Okay. First, you have to change date into short date, find day, month, year. Okay. Use VLOOKUP to populate population of the country using this particular file, and then the continent using this particular file. Okay. Here. Okay. Then based on the cases, you have to put red, green, then that's a lot normal using if conditions. Okay. Okay, Nidhi, I'll just after the workshop I'll send the cleaned version of it. Yes. So you will make a dashboard according to this data. Okay. So you would be using continent wise cases, you would be using continent wise deaths, you would be using month wise cases, month wise deaths. Okay. Why I want you to work on this, you would be using making pivot tables that how many regions are red or green, how many regions are alert or normal. Okay. What are the deaths? What are the cases in red and green region, alert and normal? Try to make these graphs. Okay. One possible interpretation can be for red and green regions. Okay. You can make a pie chart. Okay. Telling that in red regions, how many percentages of deaths are. Okay. In green region, what are the percentages of deaths. Okay. Also you can tell it as that in all the regions that are given here, all the countries that are given, what is the percentage share of red and what is the percentage share of green. Okay. What is the percentage share of alert, what is the percentage share of normal. Okay. And guys, this is a real data, so you will try to get real insights from it. So the fact that I am using the real data is only because you can interpret the insights well, because it's a very hot topic. And this is very good because if you make this particular kind of dashboard, you can put it on LinkedIn, you can put it on your resume, you can put it as a project or anything. Guys, got it that what you won't have to do? Okay, great. Okay, guys. Okay. So basically, for this, that's all for today. But going forward, what we would be starting up with is that we are also planning some workshops on Tableau, Python, R programming, Vedic maths, and all, so that your analytical abilities get increased. You get to learn more about data science and data analytics tools. Okay, Excel is the most basic and useful tool, but the tools like Python, R, Tableau are more advanced. and these would be done later on. But yeah, if you have interest, please enroll to those sessions as well. That would really help you a lot. And if you have any doubts, let me know. Yes, SQL will be there. Like in these courses, won't be there, but yeah, we can have an workshop on SQL as well. We are planning that as well. So if you have interest for SQL, Python, R, Tableau, ClickView, these are enhanced softwares in which you analyze data. Okay, so kindly get enrolled for all those sessions. You can ping me or any of the team members so that they can guide you. Any doubts that you have, guys? Yes, and I have mailed all of you the right. So for doubts, we are there, but as such as sessions, uh, you need to talk with Piyush, sir. Yeah, okay. But yeah, we'll share one more data set with you once you are clear with all these with this COVID dashboard. Okay, guys, if you don't have any doubts, let's thank you, everyone.